Alright, we're back. So, yeah. So you crest over this hill, and just on the horizon you see the peaks of Castle Revenskern. Is it the city below it overlooking a large lake? Still quite a bit of road. Continue on for, another days of travel. And as you come to that last half mile before you reach the main gates of the city, you start to notice soldiers they're wearing chainmail armor. They have iron helmets. They're carrying pikes, and each of them is wearing a tabard with the crest of the country of Helgravia, which is a black raven with a gold crown, carrying an axe in one of its talons and a scepter in the other, and it's on a field that's sort of diagonally crossed along the soldier's body, with part of it being a deep forest green and the other being white. So that's the flag and the crest of Helgravia, and each of them has this on the front of their uniform. They're spaced out, so it's about a pair of soldiers, one on each side of the road, every 50 feet, and then you also see patrolling on horseback up and down the road. There are some other soldiers wearing full plate. They also have this tabard, and protruding from the top of their helmets, they have these long plumes, one of them green, one of them black, which seems to denote them as captains in the army. So they are patrolling up and down the road, keeping an eye on the foot soldiers that are just watching the road as people come by. You notice that there's a long line of people coming out the front gate of Revenskern. People in carts and carriages, just on horseback. Some people who are just on their feet. Some people pulling wagons along. They look to mostly be either just travelers or merchants of some kind. They have wagons filled with goods that they're bringing into the city. So it's quite a bit of backup. So you have to wait a little while as the line slowly moves forward. And the soldiers are all there to make sure things stay orderly. No one tries to jump ahead in line. No one causes any issues. No one's trying to steal stuff. So they're keeping an eye on it as you just wait to move forward up to the gate. So as you get closer, you see that at the gate there's a portcullis that's raised, and there's a sort of a wooden stand that's set up on either side of the gate. It's got soldiers, and it's also got this guy in a very sort of pompadour, frou-frou outfit, big puffy shoulders on his jerkin, and he's wearing nice poofy, brightly colored pants and a hat, some ridiculous hat, and he's got a big slate and sheafs of paper and a quill, and there's an assistant standing next to him who has an inkwell and is taking pieces of paper away and handing him new ones. And he seems to be asking people questions as they come up to the gate. It's the standard sort of stuff. Who are you? Where are you from? Are you a citizen of Helgravia or some other kingdom? What's your purpose in the city? How long are you going to be staying, etc. All of those standard customs questions. What's the value of what you're carrying, etc. And then, as people are coming into the city, those of them who are transporting goods are assessed some sort of customs tax as they enter the city with their goods. Just before you in line, there's three guys on horseback, and they are all wearing these dark leather jerkins over pretty heavy armor. There's two guys with blackened chainmail on the horses just in front of you, and then the guy directly in front of them is wearing a scale mail shirt under his black leather jerkin. They don't, look back at you guys. You can't really see their faces, but they're just straightforward, waiting their place in line. They each carry a longsword and a dagger at their hips, and as they come up to their place at the customs inspector, the guy who's in front with the scale mail armor just pulls out a piece of parchment, unfurls it, shows it to the guy doing the customs inspection. The guy looks over it and just waves him on through, doesn't ask him any questions. So then it's your turn as you come up. Marquis, I guess you're in the front wagon. So the customs inspector stops you, and there are guards there who are keeping an eye on you as he goes through his questions. He says, welcome to the city of Ravenscrown. It is very interesting to have someone of your color visiting our city. Are you traveling alone today?
No, I'll gesture behind me and say these two other carts and wagons and the horse behind it were all a group coming to visit this fair town.
Ah, I see. So, one Dragonborn, one Elf, one Tiefling und one Gnome, all together?
Yes, that's correct.
Scratch.
Not together.
Scratches down some notes and says, I see. Your name?
I am Marquis.
Marquis. A curious name. And the name of your elven companion?
I'm just going to simply point and let him speak up. I'm sure he's close enough to name himself.
What is your name?
Failius. As his fake name generator just fails him right there on the spot.
Failius. And you, the one with the horns? Your name?
Yes, I am a bard and entertainer.
I was asking for your name.
Tiefling?
He comes down off of his podium and walks up to you and looks up at you on your seat at the cabin.
Shit.
Your name, please, sir.
We can hear you. You didn't
Guys,
say your
can you
name.
hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, Darius. Yeah, my name is Darius. I'm a bard, tiefling,
Darius.
entertainer.
I'm keeping my eye on you. And you, little one in the back. What is your name?
Alright, then. Dimsy.
Dimsy. Is that with an S or a Z?
Is S.
S. I see. And he'll walk back up on his podium and address you once again, Marquis. And the reason for your visit to Ravenscan?
This is where I'm going to kind of glance back at everyone. Then it's obvious my hesitation is: do we tell them the truth, or do we just make it appear we're travelers?
I am a very busy man. As you can see, there's a long line behind you. Please, speed up. Speak up. Why are you
My
visiting
apologies.
the
We have lots of goods in our carts. We're moving to this town. We want to make a fresh start.
Ah, it is your intent to purchase property in the city?
God willing, definitely.
I see. Make some notes. And are you bringing any trade goods into the city?
I don't actually remember what's in our cart.
It's
So,
more provisions, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's just sort of
Just traveling.
provisions, some weapons and stuff. You don't really have a lot of, nothing
No.
you're really intending to sell, so.
Then no, not really.
I see. And the sum total of gold and silver you are carrying?
We'll have to quickly tally it up and put it together.
Dimsy rattled down. Something.
So the correct answer is 956 gold pieces, 34 silver pieces.
Yeah,
Question
that.
is, do you want to tell them that much?
No. So,
Just what we happen to have on us. It collectively totals only about 100 gold, just so we can not be broke when we, first move here.
Okay, make a deception check for me, Marquis.
damn it, Mikey.
Gonna fail.
Or not.
Wow.
Never
Okay.
mind.
Getting off on the back foot here.
Yeah, he just sort of looks you guys over and says, yes, that sounds about right. Well, gentlemen, if, I suppose I have no other questions for you. You are welcome to enter the city. I must, of course, ask you to abide by all local law and custom while you are staying here. But welcome to Ravenskeln. And he waves you on through the gates.
I'm gonna go ahead and have to make a perception check to see where he's keeping all his gold, because that man has slighted me.
Okay.
You
I
have
do not
no
see
idea.
anything.
No, you didn't really notice.
Too
I
busy
was
staring at
blinded
his
by
accent.
rage.
I'm sorry, what was that, Marquis?
Too busy staring at his accent.
Exactly. Okay, so yeah, you guys wander in through the the huge gates inside to the walls of Revenskern. And this is a huge, huge old city. You're coming in from the east side. The southern quarter of the city is taken up by this immense, opulent-looking palace in the sort of medieval Gothic style, which sits on the shore of a large, shining river. There's also a harbor and a dock area, sort of on the western side of the city, leading into the lake, which itself connects to the Green Snake River that runs parallel to the tradeway. The city is divided up into quarters. As you're coming in, the quarter you're immediately entering, it appears to be a bunch of shops and stores and storefronts and that kind of stuff. So, what is it you guys want to do now that you're here?
Oh, we should probably look up those two that we married off earlier on. I'm pretty sure they'd be happy to see us.
Okay, all right.
I don't think we should do that first, though. What we should do is
We're
figure
gonna
out
find somebody
A,
to stay.
where the residential district is, and 2, figure out, we have what looks to be an extra cart now still, the one with the wolf pelt in it. Sell that off for even more money, because all we really need is the maple beaver and the one that I'm carrying with all our goods.
Whoa, sell it. We're making that into a coat.
No, not the pelt, the cart
pelt.
carrying it.
Yeah, that's
I don't think we
right.
need 3 vehicles and 7 horses.
In the city, you need all the vehicles you can get.
Yeah.
But do you really need all the horses?
Probably not.
Not really.
Too expensive to
That's a
keep
question.
them.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is something you have to consider. There is a cost to stabling horses. So if you don't need them, you may not want to keep them. But it's entirely up to you. So you guys can decide for yourselves if you want to try and sell off some of the stuff you don't need now that you're in what appears to be the main trade district of town.
Is there room in the cart that I'm in for all the stuff that the wolf that's in the same cart with the wolf belt?
Yes, for the most part. You guys have been eating through your rations as you've been on the road, so you've got some empty crates and barrels that can go in the cart you're getting rid of, but all the stuff that's still full and you might have use for, you can fit in one cart.
Sweet, then we should do that.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna take the wolf mini out, and we'll just say that you have that, and someone has it in their inventory. So, probably Alkier, because I think you were the one who was gung-ho about making it a hat.
A hat and now a coat.
And a coat. Okay. So, let's see here. Selling off a couple horses, cart, a bunch of empty barrels and boxes. Yeah. Why don't... Who's sort of taking the lead on your sales efforts?
Probably the one with better speaking ability than me.
So me or Darius?
There is a bard warlock who uses charisma as a casting stat.
But he just dropped out of the Skype call.
It does. It looks like he's frozen.
Oh no, Skype. Why do you do this to me? Haven't done
So
anything
apparently
to
he had to run off to the bathroom, meaning we have to do with this ourselves till he comes back.
Yep. Hang on. Yes, Skype, I get that there's a problem with the call. You can get that off my face. Alright, hang on. We're gonna go black here for a couple seconds while they restart the call.